Hello, everyone, from wherever you're joining in. My name is Brooklyn, and our group will be presenting on fibropapillomatosis in sea turtles. This presentation is for good intentions for the fall semester of 2022, and our group consists of me, Caitlin, Conrad, Nicole, and Tori. Enjoy.
What is fibropapillomatosis? Fibropapillomatosis, or FP, is a disease that infects sea turtles and causes cauliflower-like tumors to grow almost anywhere on their body, with the most common and dangerous sites being their eyes, flippers, mouth, or internal organs. Because of these dangerous positions, these tumors often have debilitating effects such as inhibited movement, difficulty eating or ingesting food, difficulty reproducing, obscured vision, or organ failure, all of which serve to potentially decrease the lifespan of the organism. This disease is highly widespread in warmer climates such as Florida, Hawaii, or the West Indies, and while it most commonly affects green turtles, FP has been observed in all 7 species of sea turtles. The disease is associated with infection by chelonid FP herpes virus. However, there is a lot about this disease that still remains unclear. For instance, the exact method of tumor development is still being researched today. Most scientists agree that it has a multifactorial cause, with evidence pointing towards overlapping factors, including contaminants from environmental pollution or changing water temperatures due to climate change. Moving on to symptoms of FP. The main symptom of FP is the presence of external or internal tumors on the turtle. These tumors have a wide range of appearances, ranging from very small, wart-like masses comparable to harmless skin tags, to numerous large solid mounds across the body. In a 2016 study conducted by researchers in Brazil, 214 juvenile green sea turtles were captured and examined. The total number of tumors observed were 7,466, which amounts to an average of 34 tumors per turtle. The anatomical distribution of these tumors is shown in this diagram, with the majority of them being located on the front and rear flippers, with a smaller percentage affecting the eyes and the shell itself. Due to our limited knowledge of fibropapillomatosis and how many aspects of this disease are still not fully understood, we are lacking effective and efficient treatments that can reduce or eliminate FP. One available treatment is a surgical removal of the tumors itself, while another is the admission of the patient to extremely limited, short-staffed, and oftentimes underfunded sea turtle rehabilitation facilities. Sea turtle rehabilitation facilities or hospitals often see more than just cases of FP. Other patients may be injured from fishing accidents, oil spills, or be suffering from other diseases. And because of how many factors, both known and unknown, play into the spread of FP, infected turtles are often quarantined in separate facilities. This results in the consumption of a ton of already limited resources, which adds to the difficulty overall. When it comes to surgical removal of the tumors, a researcher from Florida University named Annie Page Karjian conducted a large-scale study involving tumor removal, research, and rehabilitation of sea turtles. She had a total of 756 patients, 312 of which underwent tumor removal surgery, which is roughly 50%. In the end, only 25%, or 186 of all the patients survived and were released, and of those 186, 110 of them were those who underwent the surgery. All this just goes to show how limited and difficult treatment is for this disease, and how our lack of knowledge regarding its functions amounts to treatments with lower success rates.
Now, knowing what fibropapillomatosis is and how it can be treated, we must understand potential probable causes. To address this, we must understand climate change and its effects on our global oceans. How are our oceans being affected? In class, we learned that about 97% of climate scientists agree that human activity is the likely cause of global climate change. When considering our oceans, it is important to know that it covers over 70% of the world's surfaces. Humans have negatively impacted our oceans through their pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. This year alone, researchers discovered that nearly 600 million pounds of plastic pollution live in the oceans. Additionally, about 2.6 billion liters of waste oil pollute the oceans annually. Of all the carbon dioxide emissions produced by humans when burning fossil fuels, the ocean absorbs a quarter of it. 39,000 gigatons of carbon live in the ocean, while only 750 gigatons are in the atmosphere. All of these factors contribute to the warming of the oceans and its overall acidification increase. Since 1901, in the age of industrialization and overproduction, the top 700 meters, about 2,300 feet of our global oceans have warmed 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit. This seemingly slight increase is large enough to dramatically affect marine biodiversity, change oceanic chemistry, raise sea levels, and cause extreme weather events. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, the ocean's pH was 8.2. Today it sits at 8.1. Scientists predict that at the rate we're going, in terms of production and consumption, by 2100 the pH will drop to 7.8. Researchers maintain that we must keep the ocean's temperature within 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit of its pre-industrialization temperature, no later than after 2050, if we're going to ensure that our oceans are protected and to save them. We cannot go over this threshold without it leading to increasingly destructive weather patterns, far more severe than we've already seen. Oceans provide resources for more than 3.5 billion people on this planet, and many communities depend on them for survival. As climate change continues to impact Earth, these events, such as hurricanes, floods, and tsunamis, will increase in size and severity, affecting both animals and humans. Overall mass destruction costs money to repair, so the economy is an additional casualty. To put things in perspective, to rebuild after Hurricane Katrina hit, it cost the United States $125 billion. It is a cycle that will not have an end if preventative measures are not taken seriously, especially when nothing else can be done.
Climate change is exposing sea turtles to new dangerous threats. Sea levels rise and stronger storms will erode and destroy their beach habitats, thus making it difficult to lay eggs and continue their species. Warming oceans are changing the ocean currents, introducing sea turtles to new predators. The temperature of the beach sand that female turtles nest in aids in the determination of the offspring's sex. Our warming climate may be a cause that is driving sea turtles into extinction by creating a shortage of males. When using this map to observe the migration paths of all turtle species, we can use a simple legend I've created. Any red areas show that there are over 100 recorded sea turtles of any species that migrate through this point in the ocean. Yellow shows areas where 11 to 50 sea turtles migrate through that area, and green/blue show where there are less than 10 turtles that migrate through that specific area. As you can clearly see from the map, there are particular routes that sea turtles tend to take, from the coast of California to the coast of Asia, the coast of South America to the western coast of Africa, from the eastern coast of North America to the west coast of Europe/Africa. These migration patterns are based on the ocean currents. As you can see, the sea turtle migration path is heavily correlated with the ocean currents. With rising sea temperatures, the speed which the ocean currents are moving are changing. They are slowing down or speeding up, and are bringing the sea turtles to their destinations at different times than what is normal. The new timing is introducing the sea turtles to new species of animals that they have not interacted with before, offering a new range of predators that sea turtles are not equipped to evade. Climate change is causing the survival of sea turtles to become increasingly more difficult.
The growths are a result of human papillomavirus, which is not contracted environmentally. HPV spread sexually and non-sexually through contact with the virus. Skin-to-skin mucosal transmission is the most common, though there's also horizontal transmission through fomites. Cutaneous papillomas, also known as skin tags, are not contagious. Other mammals can also develop papillomas, like dogs and cats. Most commonly, we see papillomas in dogs. There is no connection between HPV and climate change that has been yet discovered. Low-risk forms of HPV are usually removable through a dermatologist or minor surgical procedure. Cryosurgery is used for epidermal papillomas in both humans and animals. Some disappear simultaneously as the body develops an immunity to them. On the left is a photo of a common wart, which is an example of a low-risk external HPV lesion that can be easily removed by dermatologists or resolved spontaneously. The photo on the right shows more malignant examples of HPV found internally in the body. Shifting our focus to recent studies, A paper entitled Sea Turtle Fibropapilloma Tumors Share Genomic Drivers and Therapeutic Vulnerabilities with Human Cancers was published on July 7, 2018, from a team of scientists from the Whitney Laboratory for Marine Bioscience in St. Augustine, Florida. The study discusses that these tumors, found in sea turtles, share genetic vulnerabilities and gene expression with some human cancer types, putting a heavy focus on BCC. BCC is a human skin cancer with both genetic and UV risk factors. The scientists investigated whether or not the tumors seen in turtles also shared UV risk factors and found that there were a higher level of tumor growth under more UV radiation. The correlation was found to be high, which confirms this hypothesis. Methods used in the study included tissue sampling, RNA extraction and sequencing, and PCR. The study also found that turtle fibropapillomas are amenable to treatment with human anti-cancer therapies used for BCC. Fluorouracil, also known as 5-FU, is a topical treatment for human BCC skin cancer. Even with the surgical removal of tumors, the turtles often have a regrowth rate of over 60%. The study applied the 5-FU treatment to some turtles post-surgery and found that tumor regrowth rate has decreased to 16%. Actively, scientists are working with this correlation in post-op trials. The graphs seen on the slide show the outcome of FPI tumor surgeries with and without the 5-FU therapy. You can see that with the treatment, there is a lower regrowth rate.
So what can we do? Unfortunately, in the wild, there are no known prevention measures. The development of the disease is mostly out of our control, but some studies and anecdotes point to the cleaning of polluted beaches as prevention. As pollution is often connected to this disease, cleaning beaches can help prevent the disease as well as benefit other marine life. In captivity, any new turtles should be in a quarantine tank for 1 to 3 months to prevent the spread of the disease through general population. They should also be tested and monitored as needed. In conclusion, climate change directly impacts both human lives and the health of animals on the planet. Preventing further climate change can reverse these side effects and protect endangered species. Specifically, preventing further ocean warming and pollution can stop endangering sea turtles as well as all marine life. Thank you guys for listening to our presentations. And if you have any questions, feel free to send us an email. And here's a list of our references that we used.